Hello everyone. I'm level 36 and welcome back to Stationeers. Today, well, it's been a little while since I've actually recorded here. I did do some stuff between episodes. There's some silver sitting over there. I mined up a whole bunch of materials, smelted up a bunch of steel, iron, gold, copper, silicon, like just did the whole everything I could smelt, I smelted. I didn't do any of the other alloys, just some extra steel. And so we need to keep moving on with our checklist of survivability. So at this point, we have our tier 2 assemblers. We've got power. We're doing okay on power for now. We've got the ability to smelt our basic alloys. We don't have our advanced alloys yet. We haven't built our advanced furnace. Whoops, sorry about that. My cat was being a menace for a moment. What was I saying? Oh, my goal for today. Survivability checklist. Yeah, we've got most of our basic stuff. The big things we're missing is a way of producing oxygen and a way of producing food. Now, obviously, all of our survivability stuff could be improved, but the big ones are O2 and food, and both of those, and water to an extent, all of those are going to require a permanently pressurized room. So what we've been doing is this is our little box, and I've been pressurizing it and then depressurizing it. Essentially every time I need to drink and eat. And so we've got some materials for hydroponics. We've got food, we've got water, we've got oxygen, but we do need to temperature control it. So that's what I'm going to work on today. And great, it's just become night. So I did print out some materials here. And essentially my goal with this, the way I'd like to do this, is I want to set up a system where we bottle a whole bunch of night air, because the night air on Vulcan is substantially cooler than our daytime air. And then once we bottle a whole bunch of that night air, we'll be able to use it as our refrigerant gas. So here's our little setup here. That was for when we vented everything. So I think we'll come off the back here. Grab some new frames. We shouldn't really need a ton of space outside. Just because it's going to be a pretty simple setup. So we've got our insulated tank here. That'll be fine. So the insulated tank is going to go right there. And this is going to be our reservoir for our nice nighttime cold air. Then we're going to have some advanced, or not advanced, some active vents. But in essence, what this is going to do is these are both going to so this system here, these will draw air from the outside in, fill this tank up, and then then the air conditioner inside will condition the air, dumping the heat into the air in this tank, because right now it's only 126 out, which is a lot better than, you know, the 600 that it gets to during the day. And then once this gets above a certain temperature, these will reverse and dump all of that air back out into the hot outdoors. So the goal is store all of the nighttime cool air, dump all of the daytime hot air, and hopefully that'll work. So we've got that. Well, actually, no, we don't have it set up yet. I gotta wire it in as well. Cable coils. Yeah. We'll need to know what the air is doing in the tank, along with having this hooked up. Okay, vents hooked up, tanks hooked up. Let's head back inside and see what we can do. We're gonna do some more trading as well, because we don't actually have any food currently. That should be good in here. Open that up, close that off. It's pretty dark in there, so let's also, just while we're thinking of it, my stuff. I can't wait to get my auto assembler set back up. This is not my favorite process to have to do. All that's in there. Need our water tank, so we'll dump this there. Let's grab a regular light. Light. Hydroponics. Switchgrass. Now we also are going to need a gas sensor kit. Might need two of these, because we do have our existing outdoor sensor, but this is on a separate network. One of these will have to go outside. One of these will go inside. Alright, we're also going to want a IC10 chip. Don't have a laptop yet, that's right. I don't think any of our stuff came with one. Nope. Well, I'm sure I could do this with a non IC10 solution. I don't want to. Housing.
Power low.
Flash it off. We should go run outside and wire in that sensor real quick. We will definitely need it. Heater. Got a second. Real quick, so we don't waste a bunch of our personal cooling capacity. go. Heater. Also gonna need a IC editor motherboard. But I did all that mining. It's so nice to not have to like go grab random resources for all of this. Then one of you. That should be good enough to start. You can always come back and get stuff. I think that should be everything we need, though, realistically. Nothing to pressurize with. Okay, it's a mess in here. Let's start off with illumination. We need some light. Also going to need to get power around in here, but that's okay. Okay, we'll just do basic wall light. Yeah. A little better. Should probably set up another one. So we do have to be aware of that our solar panels are outside above us. So we gotta make sure we don't cross the networks, as it were. Like, I can't place this because there's a solar panel in the way. So we are going to have to be a little bit aware of that. Doesn't look like I have anything over here, though, so... this right here. And we will run a wire this isn't going to be a pretty setup. I want to make sure there's no other wires around. Which I knew with the outdoors. Our existing power comes in through there. I just don't want to short something out accidentally. We might wire that in outside later on. So I'm a little bit nervous. This water is inconveniently placed. May reorient that as well. Boop. Yeah, let's move this stuff. Unfortunately, there is water in this line, so I don't want to lose it, but we fill up some empty bottles. Oh, it isn't water. Okay. Oh wait, there is, it's just that it's... Okay, there we go. Boop. Because there's no pressure in here right now, we're still dealing with it being quiet. Very carefully wrench this stuff off, because we don't want to dent the whole place. So with paying attention to where our grow light is, we're going to want to put our hydroponics. Probably right here. We'll get the other one, fill that spot in. So air over here is what we need to air condition. We should grab our. There's lots of things. I need my atmospherics. So we need an air conditioner. So on the air conditioner, right, we have our input, output, um, and then our waste. So the waste is what's kind of going out the back there. So that's what we want to dump all of the heat into. Fortunately,
Waste tank caution.
we can do it like this. Space is kind of at a premium-ish in this very small room, so I don't want to use up all of our space with plumbing. Also need to be able to get to the bloody switches and panels, though, so it's all right. We put it right here. This plumbed. This needs cabled. It's going to be the easiest way to get this cable. Probably. Building in this space is not the most pleasant thing in the world. Sensor kit can honestly just go like this. That should be fine, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe we should put it like there. Oh, do we need to finish this? I think it's probably some regular pipes, which I don't have. Okay. Right. Let's go outside and figure out where we want to put our wire into our grow light. Then we'll come back in and do the rest of this. And grab some regular pipes. Do we have any things that we do not? all of the stuff. So one of the things that I was thinking about is that I would like to probably use this base as pretty much just a starter base. Like, not going to expand from the current footprint. This is just going to be the screwdriver. The footprint of this basic starter base. Okay, good. We have power. We have all that. So now we can go wire in the grow light, and then our other light will be fine. Let's put our other light up. And I'll leave all of the stuff here so that if we do blow up the main base later on, we don't just immediately die. So when we had the incident on the Mars base, right, we were very lucky that we didn't lose the autolathe. So if we would have lost that, then it would have been essentially game over. It was nice knowing y'all. And that would have been sad on a save that was that advanced. So I think we establish this base, we make it fully functional and operable, but then we build our main base outside of this one, a little ways away. And that way we can also use this as an outpost if we, when we set up the kind of deep miners, because deep miners don't mine everything in one spot. Although, with how resource rich this planet is, I don't know if that's going to be super duper necessary. Alright. That's all of that wired in now. Let's head back inside. And there we go. So, yeah, let's head on in. So we are going to want to, for this room to be cooled, we're going to want... Oh, I forgot the vents. Whoops. That's the input. So we are going to need some passive vents. Build one insulated just in case it being through the wall matters. Right in here now. Oh, I forgot. We can just use a pipe cal for that. Alright, well, let's get the rest of the stuff set up while we're thinking about that. We are going to need our scooter somewhere. And we're going to need the motherboard, our IC housing, all that. Well, this can come in too now, I guess. IC editor, motherboard, IC housing. In. Well, IC itself. And then going to want to hook up geez, we have so much crap on the floor. Those can go back over there. Or water bottles.
Hydration critical.
Deal with it in a second. Out for the wrench. Let's hook this up real quick, or we will in a second. Lastly, this little bit of cable. That should be all of this hooked up now, so we can turn all this stuff on. We are going to need our that pipe cowl that I was talking about.
Power low.
There we go. All right. So now we need to figure out how we're going to make all this stuff work. Let's grab our labeler real quick just so we can label a few things. Active vent, tank, gas sensor, interior, All right. So, screwdriver. Device 0 is going to be our air conditioner. Device 1 is going to be our gas sensor interior. Device 2 is going to be gas sensor exterior, or just gas sensor. Device 3 is going to be our big tank. Device 4 is going to be just one of the miscellaneous active vents. And device 5 is going to be our row light. We'll do it with just the one start. I know that's not technically the most efficient way of doing this yet. All right. Now let's see if we can't write this up very fast. Oh, it's been a minute since I've done some IC10 coding. So we need to alias D0 C or AC as D0. Yes, our gas sensor interior as D1. Sensor exterior. D2. No, D2. What did I say? It was the tank vent light. Pause this again. Tank alias and three, D4, D5. There we go. That's all of our devices programmed. Then let's also just, for our own sanity, self as DB. We are going to want a that way. Forget how to do all of this stuff now. There we go. Why am I having such a good time? I swear it was Fields, right? Am I just spelling it that badly? Okay. I guess I was. There we go. So let's start off by we're going to define a couple registers. Bank 10 as register 10. Actually, we don't ever really use. Let's do register 5 out. R6 and R7. So here we need to define check temps load or no. Yes, load into tank temp from the tank. Then for these tanks, we're going to grab our small insulated tank, small insulated, and we're going to read the temperature. Also going to want to grab the tank pressure. Load from tank into tank temperature from the tank, the temperature load into tank press, tank pressure. Anything else that we want to know about in there? No. Let's actually just make this one the manage tank. So essentially, all this is going to do is the no, we're going to do this as just get bars, just to load all of our information. Load into outer temp from our gas sensor exterior and here load to inner temp gas sensor int and here there we go. JRA. So first thing we'll do is get our variables. Now we want to get the temperature. We want to take in the gas from the outside when the temperature is. Let's actually also define a couple things. Define as our tank fill temp is going to be 150. Then we're going to define our tank dump and as should say 300 for now. So and inside tank to dump pressure and outside to fill tank. Define pressure as let's just do 30 MPa So the tank should be fine up to 60 MPa. Then let's see. Let's just do this for now. So we're going to set db set self setting to our firm port. Hey,
Hunger caution.
line 16 unrecognized instruction. There's no instruction at line 16. $19. Oh. Want to jump and return. Not jump relative. Jump and return. Jump. Okay. Branch. AL. There we go. AAL. There we go. That should be the. So the temperature is displayed currently in Kelvin. That's fine. We can convert that, or we can just use it. It is currently, so 900 Kelvin, I know, is around like the high temperature of the day. We're going to need to pressurize this room just for my own safety for a bit. What are you upset about? In fact, even just while we're doing this, unsuit to make the cleanliness issue less of an issue. There we go. So if we turn this on right now, it's not going to work. So there's no pressure over there. We run some displays in so we can actually see what's going on. So our temperature, let's just see, do we have a standard variable? No, that's our slot variables. For um, Play mode. I thought there was some standard variables. Yeah, it's just functions. Oh, that's all right. We'll do this in Kelvin. So to convert real quick. And this recording's getting all kinds of screwed up. Sorry about that again. I was talking about converting from Kelvin, Celsius to Kelvin. So to do that, we need to, I think it's just a pretty simple subtraction. Yeah, 0 Celsius is 273.15 Kelvin. So we're not going to do the math on the thing. We just want to know essentially 150 degrees Celsius is going to be around 423 Kelvin, and then our 300 is going to be 573. Oh, 73. Then our max pressure is fine because that's in K, M, KPA. KPA. Jeez. No. I don't know. I'm confused. Essentially, what we want to do is we're going to define manage the tank. So what we're going to do is branch relative EQ, or no, branch relative less than actually, we don't even need to branch relative, branch less than. So let's do fill tank and dump. So in fill tank, this is going to set our and why is my brain not working? Vent. And for the active vents, I think it's the setting, but I just want to make sure. Mode, I believe. We grabbed the temperature, I think, straight from these. Whoops. Oh. Set the mode to, so if we want to fill the tank, we're going to set the mode to 1, set tank, or set vent mode 1. Dump tank is going to set vent mode 2. Hey. So if our first of all, let's test if our tank is above the max pressure, so jump greater than if the tank press is greater than max pressure, we're going to jump to dump. Dump for pressure, let's see. Safety, there we go. If that's not true, we're going to check to see if our also need to make sure that these set events I think on's like a known variable. I'll do this. Yeah, I know. One. So then that's our pressure safety. If the outside temperature is below our fill tank temp, we are going to. Well, we don't necessarily want to just dump the tank at our max pressure. Because max pressure is just when we're going to shut off. But as we heat it, it'll still increase the temperature a little bit. So let's define safe. Sure. This is going to be like, there we go. So if our tank pressure goes above our max pressure, we're going to dump the tank. If our stop vent, set vent power 0, our branch greater than. So if our tank pressure is above our max pressure, then we are going to stop vent. That's down, vents. Branch EQ, if our tank pressure is at 0, then we are going to stop vents, save power. So each of these is just a condition. So safety pressure, we're going to start dumping the tank. If it's at our max pressure, we're going to stop the vents. If it's at 0, we're going to stop the vents as well, because neither of those conditions, we don't want to be inputting or outputting any air. Let's actually set that as at like 100. So we want something for the air conditioner to vent into, even if it's at high temperature. Now we are going to branch less than. Our outer temp is less than our fill tank temp. We are going to jump to fill tank. If our branch greater than our tank temp is higher than our dump tank temp, we're going to dump the tank. And then if let's also, so 423 is our 150. So that is where we want to start filling the tank. Let's say we want to stop filling the tank when the temperature reaches 220. So This is going to be tank fill start. So we want essentially a trailing of No, actually, that's fine. Yes, this is fine. And then so if none of this stuff is true, so if we're not safety pressuring, if we're not max pressuring, if it's not completely empty, if the outer temp is not greater than the fill is less than the fill tank temp, we gotta fill the tank. If the tank temp is greater than the tank dump temp, we're gonna dump the tank. So then if none of these things are true, we're just going to stop the vents and be idle. So then we're going to jump to stop vent. That way, in our main loop, we can AAL to manage tank. So now, in theory, let's do some troubleshooting here. So in here, we're going to set self setting to 1. Things are filling. Set self setting 2, which means we're dumping, and then set self setting to 0, which means we're idle. We've worked something. 54. Oh, I think it's open or on. State is at 0 right now because we're not doing anything. It's getting dark out, so let's toss our suit back on as much as I don't really want to.
Waste tank caution. Power low. Low pressure. Oxygen low. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Oh, it's still like full on daytime out. Okay. Do we have anything else we need to do out here? Interesting show. Let's said we should print up some displays. Let's do that real quick. While we're just waiting for this giant supermassive black hole to set console. For now, probably 2 of these. Yeah, let's go 3. Gas display, motherboards. They're not great for these things to just toss them like this, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, I'm sure. These in some glass. Cable coils. So this one is going to be the temperature of the gas sensor. Let me set this to Kelvin. No. Okay. That's fine. This one, also pop our helmet open. Do this again. It's going to be the pressure of our tank. This one is going to be the temperature of said tank. So the temperature outside is going down. Just need to get it below 150. Close. Hey, there we go. Yeah, the pressure is starting to increase. Internal pressure, temperature of our tank is a nice crisp 140 C. Now, in theory, if we start this, not able to pull in to it. Is a cowl only an output? need another battery. It just might be a little bit slow. You have to be aware that the pollutants will start to liquefy at a certain point. Well, maybe. The temperature might be high enough that they might not actually liquefy. Yes, we are actually starting to decrease our temperature in here. Right. Feels dangerous to be pressurizing and heating volatiles, but with no oxygen, it's perfectly safe. Okay, so there we go. We do have some liquefied pollutants in the system now, which we don't actually want. So let's quickly. So what is the current 5? Instead of 30 MPa, we're going to do 4. And this is going to be 4.5. Oh. Why are we still filling? We should be. Yeah, we should be above. Let's just set this to like 0, 100. Still filling. This is less than ideal. Their system. Tank pressure is definitely greater than that. So we should be moving on to dump the tanks. Just. Oh, setting 2, setting 0, right? Hours 0. Why is it still getting higher? Something's not mathing correctly, so let's take manual control here. Set and setting 0. Outwards. This isn't good. Why is it not doing the thing that I want? Because it's not setting its mode. Bloody hell. Load 0. There we go. Export. Okay, we might have problems now. Outwards sets to pump gas into the space until pressure is reached. Inwards is set to pump gas out until pressure is reached. Outwards pumps gas into space. It's set to outwards right now. Set vent mode 0. Set vent on 1. Firm, export, stop, start. Ah, crap.
Power low. Waste tank caution.
This is happening. All right.
Temperature critical.
Yeah.
Toxin critical. Oxygen critical.
Why is it off? We may have been able to salvage it. Pollutants are a pain in the neck. Alright, why was the vent off? You the answer to that question I may never know. We need a liquid drain. For sure.
Waste tank critical. Temperature high.
Let's quickly run inside.
Temperature critical. Temperature high.
Alright. I think the danger has passed for now. For the most part. So let's see. Edit 0. Export. Nothing's happening. I just want to see something real quick. Why is and store next line number in return address, gets the variables. This should set our own setting to 100. We're not. Why are we not? So I'm writing to the bloody air conditioner. That's why. That would make more sense. Now the state is 2, which means we are dumping the tank correctly this time. Now we're filling again, aren't we? That's because mode is... There we go. I forgot to update that. Now we're dumping the tank. Yeah, temperature in here is not really being controlled that well. Don't know. I might have to do some research into this. This episode's already going to be long enough as it is. I think we've gotten this the vague beginnings of something that works here. So this is our outdoor temperature. This is our tank temperature, right? That's what we said that was. Yep. I mean, with knowing how hot it is outside, it is doing a job of keeping it cool in here. Yeah, our temperature differential efficiency is going to be garbage forever until we can get, like, pollutant-based refrigeration going. Liquid pollutants. Oh, man. Our quest into cooling has been challenging, but it is working, I think. Probably. I don't know at this point. It didn't blow up. That's what's important. Oh, well. Jeez. There's more to do here, but that'll be a next episode task once I can collect my thoughts a little bit and maybe figure out what I did wrong. We have an interior space that we are cooling, albeit we are not keeping ahead, but once the sun goes down, we should be able to keep ahead. And we may also increase our pressure efficiency a little bit. But it is working, just not great. So yeah, now the pressure has dropped so that this is turned off. Okay. It is working. Good. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. I'm sorry if this has been kind of chaotic. Sorry about that as well. My cat just spat the microphone as well. I'll post a picture of my cat on this video as well. But thank you all for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed making this, even if it was a little bit hectic this time. We didn't blow up the base, so that is good. Anyway, I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful rest of your day.